Let's find the derivative of f of x equals sine of x over cosine of x. So we're going to use the quotient rule to do this, and we have low d high. Okay, so low is cosine, and it's a monomial, so we don't have to have parentheses. And d high, the derivative of sine is cosine. So we have cosine of x times cosine of x minus high d low all over low low, which would be cosine of x quantity squared. Okay, if we clean the numerator up, we have cosine squared. And remember that in trig, if something is squared, we usually put the 2 right here between the trig function and the angle. And a negative sine times a negative sine is a positive sine squared of x, all over cosine cosine, which is the same as cosine squared.
Do rules come?
So far, so good?
Do rules come into play here? Because
Hang on. Is this good so far? Yes? Okay. Look at the top and tell me if you recognize it. It should be 1 because that's a what? The Pythagorean identity for trig functions. So really this equals 1 over cosine squared. That's why we took the time to review all of those identities early on. And 1 over cosine is
secant.
And 1 over cosine squared therefore is secant squared.
Oh my god.
So the final answer to this problem is secant squared. Guess what, you guys? There's actually a shortcut for this.
Okay, good.
Okay. What is sine over cosine? Tangent of x. So basically what we just did was we found the derivative of tangent of x, and we found that the derivative of tangent of x is secant squared of x. And that brings us to the remaining 4 trig functions that we haven't memorized yet. So I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to let you guys take notes on that. Okay, so what we have here and what you need to memorize, we already know that the derivative of sine is cosine, the derivative of cosine is negative sine, and we just established in the previous slide that the derivative of tangent, we use the quotient rule to prove it, that the derivative of tangent is secant squared. So we need to memorize that the derivative of tangent is secant squared, but the derivative of cotangent is negative cosecant squared. All of the trig functions that begin in C will have a negative derivative. The derivative of secant is secant x times tangent of x, and the derivative of cosecant of x is negative cosecant of x times cotangent of x.